Welcome to Teach Our Kids the Facts. Evolutionists and other groups would have you believe that the United States was not founded upon Christian principles, when in fact it was. The United States Constitution may make no mention of God directly, but did you know that the constitutions of all 50 states mention God? Yes, every one of the 50 states mentions God. So that shows you that we were built upon Christian principles. If you look at the wall behind me, this is a listing of all the states, all 50, and the sections pertaining to God. Now that is incredible, that every state mentioned God as the creator or the Almighty or some variation thereof. So when we turn away from God, that causes issues, because obviously we were for God, but now it seems like we're turning away from God because states are allowing laws to be passed that's in opposition to God's will. And what happens when someone turns their back on God? God turns their back on them, and things go bad, real bad. And I'm not saying bad for God, bad for those who turn their backs on God, which today would be the United States of America and the states that are passing laws that are against the beliefs of God. So that being said, we need to get back to understanding and putting God first in our states, first in our lives, first in our families. That's the only way we will ever recover. Because if we don't, there will be no recovery. There will be nothing left. So study for yourself, and you will find that the decline of the United States actually began in parallel with all of the fighting to take God out of government, to take God out of our lives. That's when the decline started. Evolutionists claim that Christians and others that believe in the Bible cannot contribute to science, technology, and medicine because we are just too dumb to believe in science, when that's not the case. Seeing that the United States is a superpower today and it was founded upon Christian principles, doesn't that mean that Christianity has not held us back since we are the superpower today? So how can they even say that? They may try to argue, well, technology was not as advanced back then as it is now. No, technology was advanced. It's all relative. We developed cutting-edge technologies. And this was the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. We did it just fine being a Christian nation. And we will continue as a Christian nation doing it fine if we just follow God's word. That's really what it's about. But you have these evolutionists and others that are trying to take us away from God. That's their goal. It's not about technology. It's not about medicine. It's about taking us away from God. That's the enemy's plan, to take us away from God, to distract us, to remove our focus. But we cannot allow that to happen. We have to stand firm, because it is a sin when good people stand back and do nothing when they know that God's word is being violated. That's just it. If you sit back and say, I can't do anything, or you want to sit back and be scared, that's a sin. And you're going to have to answer for that. So everybody that believes in God, that believes in the Holy Bible, needs to take a stand against those things in opposition to God's word. Get those things out of your life. Get them out of your minds. Get them out of the minds of children. And refocus them back on God. And this is a Christian nation. It was built on Christian principles. Yes, they may not have been perfect. There were a lot of issues, but the base foundation and idea was there, and we need to get back to bringing God front and center. That's the only way we can make it in this global economy.
Boom and pound with a